Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Miss Marcie, and welcome to the Miss Marcie Show. And today I have a special guest, Mr. Gabriel Sharpe, and we're going to talk to him about his, just a few things that he's got going on in his great single that he has out. So, first of all, welcome to the show, Gabriel.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, can I call you Gabriel?
You call me Gabriel, Gabe, no.
Okay, I'll call you Gabe. All right. All right. So thank you for coming on the show. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing well.
Good. Good. All right. So first I want to start with a little background information on you. Where are you from?
I'm originally based out of Washington, D.C. Been all over military child.
Okay.
So, been on the move ever since day one.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you say you're from D.C. and that's where you reside now, correct?
I'm actually reside in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, you have this single, One More Chance.
Right.
So, I can probably imagine, but I'm going to ask anyway, what inspired that single?
Well, thinking about so much that we as individuals go through, not just as Christians, but as a people, just as a person, as a normal person. We think about all the times and all the failures that we have experienced, and then as we get caught up in this situation, that situation, we're like, God, if you get me out of this, I'll go to church, I'll do this. And then so it's like, even through disobedience as a person, even though a lot of us been raised in church, but we still choose to do our own thing. So it's like, okay, we're doing our own thing, but God, you're still giving me this, you're still blessing me with this. So in spite of all my disobedience, in spite of everything that I choose to do, even when I knew not to do it, you still gave me one more chance.
I know that's right. One more chance. Yeah. So now, when was this single originally released?
Well, it's funny that you asked that. This was actually done in 2009. It was a live recording for Fayetteville State University, based out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. We decided to do a live recording, and it was about 2 weeks before the actual recording. I actually wrote this song. It was late one night. I was having a conversation, and then I got off the phone. I said, I have a song I gotta write, and I wrote the song, taught it to them, and we did it, and here we are.
Oh, wow. Cool. Okay. So it was released in 2009, and you're re-releasing it.
Correct.
Okay. So other than this single, are you working on any other music?
I'm actually working on some more music. I have some more stuff that has not been put out, has not been heard. I am a fan of church hymns, so what I do is I take them and I remodify them to a more, for a diverse group. I take them and keep the same words, but I give it a whole entirely different feel for today in our society.
Right. I remember when Music Soul Child had that song Love.
Right.
I remember that was taken and that was kind of flipped around. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, that's always cool to do. So do you have any gospel artists who actually inspire you to do your music?
I'm inspired by, because I'm a choir head. So I grew up on contemporary choirs. Walter Hawkins, God rest his soul. I grew up listening. That's how, because before I was a writer, I was a musician. And that's how I learned how to play, by listening to the late legendary Walter Hawkins, people like him, Lawrence Matthews, Edwin Hawkins, so many others out there. There's so many others out there that it really inspired me. So when it came time, when I found myself writing, all these artists, their styles and everything was like in my mind. So I took from them and I used that to put inside my material.
Okay. Okay. So do you have any artists that you would like to work with?
Oh yes. Andrea Johnson, she's one that because she grew up studying late James. One of my other favorites, one of my all-time favorites, Andrea Johnson. We have there's so many to name. Ricky Dillard, UG. I'm very inspired by them. I love their flow, their style. Professor James Paul. There's so many more out there. I couldn't name them all if I had the time.
Right. So, just based on what you're telling me, so you pretty much grew up, deeply rooted into the church, and
Correct.
okay, all right. So let me ask you a question. How do you feel about gospel artists who kind of, they do gospel, but then they kind of go into secular music and then back to gospel? Do you feel any type of way about that, or why do you think some gospel artists go that route?
Well, some gospel artists, I believe, go that route. They're just trying to, I believe you can reach the world through secular. I believe you can reach the world through any genre, actually. It's all about the message in the song. I believe you don't have to use weed, marijuana, you don't have to use sex and everything to reach the secular world. I mean, you can use secular music with a real message from people like Common. You got people like him. You got so many other secular artists out there that have great messages. There's nothing even Christian, but it causes you to think.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Because I know the reason why I asked that is because I remember at one point Kelly Price had went to secular. Well, she started in secular, then she went to gospel, then she went back to secular. And some people kind of frowned up on that, and then, I just kind of wonder, I always wonder like what other gospel artists thought about stuff like that. So, where do you see yourself going with your music, like down the line? Are you wanting to go like on a like higher platform, or you just, like where do you want it to go?
Well, I'm one of my main focuses right now is to really get my material into the ears of the world. And I'm like, at the end of the day, if I don't reach the big platform, I'm all right, because as long as my music can reach somebody's ears and inspire them, that's all that matters to me. However, the big platform is where I'm looking to reach, looking to get to in the near future. So, and I'm really looking forward to working with, different people on different platforms and everything like that. So.
Right. And what type of message do you want to what do you want to convey to the world? Like, what type of message you want to convey?
My message is simply Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
In my song, at the end of the day, I have to live according to the messages, according to the songs that I write. Mm-hmm. So if I'm out here writing about Jesus, at the end of the day, that's what I'm conveying to the world. And pretty much, and like I was telling some people, I'm glad that it reached a station that's really about secular.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's not the church that we're supposed to reach. It's the world. It's the people out there that, I don't want to just be confined to the church. I want to be able to go outside the four walls and be able to encourage. I don't have to be deep about it, but at the end of the day, I want to be able to encourage all, not just one set of people, but everybody.
Right. And you know what? I like that. I think that's a good way to look at it, because you don't want to just try to reach one group of people. You do want to kind of, because it's not always about just inside a church. You know what I mean? That's true. That's good. You can minister in your own way, in different type of ways. So that is cool. So now I can imagine you have a lot of support, like from your family and friends.
Oh yes, I do. My number one support is my own wife and my two children. Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, you say your wife and two children? Okay, nice. So how long you been married?
For 2 years.
Okay.
2 years.
Okay. And so I can imagine that you always put the biblical principles in the forefront of your marriage as well.
Well, yes, yes.
Yeah.
In order, that's what makes a successful marriage.
Right, right. Okay, all right. So we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be back with more of Gabriel Sharpe. All right, everybody, we are back. You are tuning in to the Miss Marcie Show, and if you're just tuning in, we are speaking with Gabriel Sharpe with Sharpe Music. And so before we went to the break, Gabriel, I wanted to ask you too. So how old were you when you first realized that you wanted to write music?
It was about the age of 19.
Oh, 19. Okay.
19. I wrote a first song, and it's a song that nobody has heard.
Oh, really?
And until this day, it's still in the back of my head, and I'm yet to put that song out.
Oh, okay. So so you should go ahead and put that out.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 19, but you also mentioned that you play an instrument, right? Or you
Right.
are a composer. Okay. What instrument is that?
I play piano, key, play organ. I'm an organist,
Okay.
church organist. My first instrument was drums at the age of 3.
Okay.
Growing up playing drums and then finding a new love for another instrument. So I went on to playing piano. Had no teacher really, was pretty much self-taught.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Wow. So you just kind of like all around culture when it comes to music and gospel music. Okay. Cool. That's good. So what? You don't mind me asking, what church do you attend?
I'm at Abundant Life Christian Center, Church of God in Christ in Raleigh, North Carolina. My pastor is Bishop Timothy Powell Sr.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, do you have any other projects going on, like outside of the music? Just
Working on, I recently did a recording for Twinkie Clark.
oh,
Yeah, recently did a live recording for her, and we're in the works of getting that project done and everything, so we can go ahead and start pushing that out.
nice. Okay, so how's that working with her?
Wonderful. She's a wonderful icon in the gospel industry. She's real cool, laid back, chill, fun to be around. She's very easy to work with.
Okay. Yeah, and that's important to be easy to work with because you can come across so many people, and it's like everybody had their own different styles of, doing things and making music and stuff. So sometimes it's just important that you kind of mesh, well together.
Right. That's true.
So what would you like people to, kind of like, I want to say like, what would you like for your like legacy to be? Like what would you want people to remember you as? How do you want people to remember you is what how I want to word that.
Realistically, I'm a very comical guy. At the end of the day, I'm a very comical guy. So wherever I end up on the platform, how I am now, that's how I plan to be.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna joke with you.
Right.
I'm gonna joke with you. We gonna work. And then after that, we gonna joke. We gonna joke.
Right.
Let all jokes begin.
Right. Well, I think you have a very humble spirit, and I think that's good. All right, so you have 2 kids and you have a wife, so you have a family. So what is your day-to-day life, at home?
My day-to-day life at home, I am an American airline employee, so I spend majority of my day at home on the phone, and then when my family is home, my wife is home from work, and my kids is home from daycare and school. I have 2 little girls. I have a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they will keep you on your toes.
I can imagine.
Yes, and they are very comical too for the age that they are. They have a sense of humor too. So it's very interesting in my home. It keeps life great for me.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it really keeps life great for me. We just sit around and joke, laugh, play, and everything like that. So, at the end of the day, I always have to make sure I make time for my family.
Right.
Always, always.
So, do you see any possible musical genes in any of your children? You know how sometimes you can see it early on.
It's already progressing. My 1 year old, at the sound of music, she will stop whatever she's doing, and she will come sing. She will, even though she can't talk yet, she will come sing. She will dance. She loves drums and piano. And then my 5 year old, I'm getting ready to start putting her in some guitar lessons because she keeps begging me for it. So I'm going to start putting her in.
Guitar.
And she sings guitar. She wants to learn guitar. She wants to learn. She wants to learn piano. So she wants to do it all, and she sings too. There's times when she leads songs with the church youth choir, the kids choir, and stuff.
Aww. Well, that's sweet. That's a little different. I never heard of anybody wanting to play the guitar, but that's cool. All right, so we are going to actually get into your single, One More Chance.
I know
we just heard that album. That single is hot. And Gabe, I just want to ask you also. So, are you working on an album?
Not right now. I'm not working on the album right now. Right now, I'm focused on re-releasing One More Chance.
So that's just okay. So that's strictly the focus right now. So when do you? I mean, like when do you? Because you can't have a hot single like that out and not do an album. Like you know what I mean. So how soon do you think you're going to follow up with an album to this single? Because it's a very nice single.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm looking to actually prayerfully put out an album by probably around this time next year. It could be possibly next year doing a full album.
Okay.
And of course, it's going to feature this song.
Yeah. It better feature this song.
Definitely.
It has to. I mean, I just think the single is so amazing. Like, I mean, and you just wrote it at the drop of a dime. Like, that is awesome. And I consider myself a writer, but I don't think I could do that.
We all can do it. We all can do it.
So now, when you finally put this album out, is it going to be in stores? How will people be able to get this, album? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be fabulous.
I'm looking forward to being able to get this record in stores everywhere. I'm also looking at getting it on all digital outlets as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, but is it going to be like on iTunes and stuff like that?
Yes, I'm looking at iTunes. Definitely looking at iTunes, Apple Music, all of that. Baby, Amazon.com, all of that.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to go. Yeah, definitely. And then I'm finding more. Well, with us being in a digital age, more and more people, they really don't even buy like CDs and stuff no more. It's pretty much just about downloading everything online. So you definitely want to make sure you go that route as well.
Right.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
So do you plan on doing a video for this single since you already have the single out and you're re-releasing it?
I never thought. That's a good question. I never thought about doing an actual video.
See?
Never.
Yeah.
I never thought about actually doing. You know what? And you just gave me an idea. You just gave me a crazy idea for actually doing a video. My video would not necessarily consist of video the singers, but it would be more of going out on the street and capturing this world, outside world, and putting it toward,
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you made me think about when you said that. I thought about Marvin Gaye's "Makes Me Wanna Holler," how in the video it just shows you all the crap going on in the world, and it kind of coincides with the video. So you're thinking about something like that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that would be a good video. So where would you shoot it at?
You
haven't thought that far?
I haven't thought about that yet.
I think I'm jumping the gun here a little bit. I
would have to take some thought into the perfect place.
Right.
Right.
Okay, well,
probably more of a city area because that's typically where we see more of, so many people out in the street, so many people doing this, doing that.
Right.
Because that was the country. Ain't nobody outside.
Right. So I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. So how was life growing up in the DC area for you?
Well, I didn't necessarily grow up in DC area. I lived there for just a little bit, but that's when I was too young to really remember. Okay. But growing up, I grew up everywhere, from Virginia to Texas to Germany, everywhere. Kansas, New York City, Brooklyn, all over.
Oh, yeah, you have been all over. Wow. Okay. All right. Cool. So is North Carolina you think this is going to be your final destination, or do you think you'll end up moving again?
I know that the time is coming where I will be relocating. Don't know where yet, But I know that time is. I do know that that time is coming.
Okay. Okay. Um. Hold on one moment. Okay. All right. So, do you have an idea of where you would like to move to? Oh, you said you don't know.
Some of my, I've been looking at Florida. Been
Florida.
looking around at Florida, Fort Lauderdale area.
Okay.
Um, Only because vacation. I like the sun. I like the sun, beach. Got everything out there. Never saw myself going back to New York, although there is a whole lot of opportunity out there. But I want to be somewhere where it's calm, settled, where
Yeah.
I could just fly out and do. I could be able to get on the plane because I love to fly.
Right. See,
Yeah.
and I was a little different. I didn't like to fly at first. I like to fly now, but I didn't like to fly at first because the first time I ever flew, my ears will pop like 15 minutes before landing, and I'm telling you, it will pop and hurt so bad. I literally cried like a baby. But now
Yeah, that.
I found a way around that, so flying is okay for me now. But
Yeah, them ear pops, no joke.
yeah, they're
I
not.
hate, I hate them.
Yeah. So it sounds like you pretty much like the southern states and the calm and the you know what I'm saying of the southern states.
Yeah,
Like that.
I love it here. I do. I love them. So when I'm done working, I can go back home to a place where it's not everything. I can I'm here. I can relax. I can just take time.
Okay. All right. Okay. So now I want to get into something else. I want to know your thoughts on a couple of things, okay? So I'm pretty sure that you are like you watch the media, what's going on and stuff like that, and as you probably heard about, there's a couple of pastors, like even some mega pastors, who have, I guess you could say, seem like they've lost their way in a sense. What are your thoughts on that? Being that you are, Christian, Christian raised and been in the church all your life, pretty much. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we are definitely living in a time where we have a lot of pastors who are quitting. We have a lot of pastors who they're starting to commit suicide. We have a lot of pastors who are going out doing this and that and that and that. And me being connected to my own, I can see the petitions they go through. I can see so much stuff that they go through, and I believe the people really throw them away when they have fallen, because it's not throwing them away that's going to make things better. We have to continue to pray for people. We got to, because we never know what the people are going to do. Just because they drive this fancy car, have this big old church, that does not mean that they're not human. That does not mean they. We all fall short. We all fall short. That's just the truth right there. It's point blank. No one is exempt. No pastor is not exempt. Nobody is.
Right.
We especially as followers of behind pastors, we have to be encouragers. We have to keep our leaders lifted in prayer. If we don't, they're not going out looking for support from anybody. They shouldn't have to. We are under them. We are under their covering. So because they're praying for us, we also have to pray for them, because they have so much on their plate that they have to do. And we live in a time where people have to be perfect, this perfect person. First thing one thing they have to by the people. They're going to get judged by people, and be the way. Nobody should be quick to be judged by anybody. Because we all make mistakes. We all in. So but at the end of the day, we have to encourage leaders, keep our past, because this is what they got to do. This is
Right.
Why the rest of them Christians. So those who are genuinely called by God to lead a church, we really, at the end of the day, we really have to keep encouraging them. We have to encourage everybody.
Yeah.
Christians and non-Christians. That's how you win people, and that's how you win people over. You have to encourage them, no matter what their beliefs in. You have to encourage them, because if you everybody reacts off the set of everybody. If you know this person, you connected to this person, and you're right here, and they're over here, and you want them to come over here, you got to have a positive effect on that person in order to win them on your side. So at the end of the day, we have to, how we live our lives, how we do this and that, we got to make sure, because at the end of the day, everybody, we don't know who's watching. There's so many people out there watching us. We may not get recognition, or somebody may not call your name out in public, but at the end of the day, there's people that are really looking. There's people that's looking. Next thing you know, you get somebody come up to you, a random person come up to you. I seen you a year ago and you were at this place, and I just want to say thank you for what you did. Thank you for what you said, because what you said, what you did really helped me. And that's how we got to be, especially towards these pastors, because churches right now are in a big mess.
Yes,
they're in a big mess, and I know pastors hate to be embarrassed, because time the church go through something, you got one person in that ministry that's going to go outside and tell one person. Next thing you know, the whole world knows, and then you got people coming back. I heard such and such. I heard such and such is going through this. I heard such and such is foreclosing. I heard such is bankrupt. I heard. And I can understand how that can put so much stress on our leaders today. So we definitely got to keep them prayed up.
Yes, most definitely. And they, like you said, they're human too. But now there's one pastor I want to mention this. I thought this was kind of crazy, and I'm pretty sure you heard about this too. When Pastor Creflo Dollar asked his congregation for the money to fund a jet. Now, when it comes to stuff like that, I don't have no compassion for, because I don't think you don't need your members to fund you a private jet, and I think stuff like that is what kind of makes people kind of shy away from those mega pastors, and make people feel like, oh, okay, this is all about money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's.
You know what I'm saying?
When I first heard about that, I laughed. I'm not even gonna.
I did too.
I laughed, because I was like, you asking for a private jet that your members can't even fly on. You're going to be flying on it. I understand you want to go do ministry and everything else like that, but at the end of the day, like, if it's meant to happen, it will happen. It will happen. God would, it's crazy. That, I don't know. I honestly probably would never find myself in a position to ask for it, for it to buy a private jet.
I think that's really bold. You know what I mean? He was bold. I wouldn't dare, even if I was a pastor, even if I felt like my members loved me so much, I wouldn't have the balls to ask my members, hey, can y'all help a brother out, help a sister out. I need this private jet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just too much.
Yeah, I don't think I would put myself in the position to do that.
And then I heard some of his members were actually like riding for it. Like, no, our pastor, he deserves a jet. We're going to help him get a jet.
Oh, yeah, you do have them ride or die members that are going to, they don't care about what other people say, because at the end of the day, if they're going to support their leader, they're going to support their leader.
Exactly.
If they support their leader, by all means, congratulations. If he gets it, I pray he gets that private jet so he can, continue doing what he's got to do. But it's crazy.
Right. You can't help but laugh at it.
Yeah.
I remember at one point in time, actually, a lot of those mega pastors were under investigation. It was Joyce Meyer, T.D. Jakes, all of them, because of their things that they own, their private jets, their yachts, their, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think with Creflo and Dollar doing that, it just kind of brought that attention back to that, and it started to question, like, well, hold on, what is really going on with these mega churches? Why do they have all these things, you know? So,
and another thing is, I believe in favor. So I believe a lot of these pastors are really living in the favor of God. I believe they are in their time where, you know, they've done what they did. I've done heard stories, so many stories, especially like, you know, T.D. Jakes, how he started in a little small place. So how he can go from a little small place. At the end of the day, if we're faithful over the little things that God gives us, if we can handle that, He will certainly give us greater. And so a lot of these, I mean, I commend, you know, throughout the years of their areas of ministry, I commend them of what they're doing. I know a lot of and there's a lot of people out there, you know, they saying, well, they conning their saints. No, you don't have to con your saints. I mean, if I hear these preachers all the time, and they're preaching truth. T.D. Jakes, I love him. I hear him all the time. The stuff that they're saying, you know, they're not out here just going around prophesying and saying you're gonna get this and you're gonna get that. No, they're what? Because I tune into their broadcast all the time. They're straight Bible. So, and you got some people out there that really want to hear straight Bible, and they are willing to. They will come up and they will sow into your ministry.
Yeah. You know, speaking of somebody preaching straight Bible, you know what I noticed? Joel Osteen never preaches from his Bible. If you ever watch him, he just kind of, you know, and he's a really good pastor, but I noticed he doesn't preach from his Bible. I never really see him reading from the Bible when he preaches. It's like he's more of a I don't want to say fear. He's more, what's the word I'm looking for? He's more of a, to me, preaches more motivational. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's more of a motivational preacher, which he's, like I said, he's really good. I love Joel Osteen, but I noticed he's one pastor that I've noticed it seems more like he's more of a motivational speaker. I don't know.
Yeah. He's just one I haven't really, I never got into really watching his broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even really, and a lot of times, a lot of them I really don't even have time because I'm so busy, so I'm hardly ever in front of my TV. So
well, there's a lot of junk on TV anyway, so you're not real. I mean, there's some good stuff out there, but there's mostly junk out there, so you're not really missing a whole lot there anyway. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and take another commercial break, and guys, if you're tuning in, we are speaking with Gabrielle Sharpe, and we'll be back with more Gabrielle Sharpe after a few moments. All right, everybody, you are tuned in to Miss Marcie. Welcome back, and if you are just now tuning in, we are speaking with Gabrielle Sharpe of Sharpe Music. And so, Gabrielle, I do want to ask you something else. How do you feel about the Black Lives Matter movement?
Well, I do feel that, you know, we can all make a difference, and we can all make a difference in this world. If we just, you know, we just got to learn how to keep our heads high. We just got to learn to keep our heads on the, you know, we tend, and time to time we see a lot of brutality from police and everything out there. I believe at the end of the day, we as Black people, we really have to keep our heads straight. Mm-hmm. We don't have to do crazy stuff to make statements. We gotta, you know, keep our heads straight.
That's right. I agree. You know, when I saw the video with the young ladies who kind of bombarded the guy, last name Sanders, I think he's running for the Democratic or something like that. He was about to give a speech and they came on stage and they pretty much just bogarted and had everybody fall into a silence, you know, for the Black Lives Matter movement and stuff. You know, I saw that and I was just like, you know, wow. I mean, I get it, but I felt like that was kind of like a little bit too much. You know what I mean? They were trying to make him acknowledge certain things about it, but that's just my opinion. I thought it was a bit much So
Yeah, lately I haven't been too much on that. Right now I'm just in my focus. I be in my zone with my music and everything.
right,
So
right,
that's yeah.
right. Well, from what we heard, like I said, from what I heard of this CD, this single, I think you need to stay in your zone, in your
Oh
focus
yeah,
with your music,
and I
because
continue. Yeah.
yeah, because I really do, I really can see good, bigger things coming for you in that respect. Because like I said again, that's a really great single. So all right, well, Gabrielle, that concludes this interview. I mean, we're pretty much done here. How can your followers, how can our listeners, how can they get in touch with you? How can they follow you?
I have. They can like my page. They can follow me. I have a like page, Sharp Music on Facebook. I'm on Twitter, Sharp Music. If you're on Periscope, look me up, Sharp Music.
Okay, so
It's linked to my Twitter account.
everything is just Sharpe Music.
Sharp Music.
And that's how they can find you. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Again, it was a pleasure speaking with you. And good luck and much success to you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You are so welcome. All right, everybody. And if you're tuning in, remember, my name is Miss Marcie. You can reach me at Miss Marcie23. That is my Twitter. And also, if you're an unsigned artist and you want to have your music played on WPIR 98.4 FM, reach out to OC Leading Lady. That's OC Leading Lady on Twitter. Or you can email her at ocleadinglady984fm@gmail.com. And also, remember to tune in to the Miss Marcie Show every Friday, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on 98.4 FM WPIR. And remember, folks, to live, love, and be happy. And I'm out of here.